Hi, Amanda Kate from Amanda Kate Kinesiology and Coaching here. I hope you're well. As any of you know who have worked with me, and those of you who follow me will soon find out, I absolutely love Brene Brown's work. I think her work on shame and vulnerability has certainly changed the way that I live, that I practice my craft, that I help other people, that I navigate myself in the world. I found it absolutely invaluable. And one of the things that I've heard her often say in her podcasts and interviews and everything like that that I've listened to from her is I'm here to get it right, not to be right. And it's really interesting. I fell in love with that saying, and I think for so much of my life, I was trying to be right. I always felt like I was wrong. I felt like I had the wrong opinion or the wrong idea or the wrong way of dressing or thinking or being, or I was too quiet or I was too loud or I was too obnoxious or I was too opinionated or I wasn't, out there enough or whatever. There was either I was too something or not enough something. Now, obviously, a lot of those are stories in my head, and I understand that it's the way that we navigate in the world is to live our life as though certain things are true, and we create compensating behaviors to make up for those so-called personality flaws that we perceive that we have. But in that small saying, I have found so much gold and so much value and so much self understanding. I don't think I realized how much I always wanted to be right, and I lived to being right. Since I've started down this journey of self discovery and self acceptance, I've realized more and more that I am just here to try and get it right, to learn, to be a little bit better each day, to put into practice the things I talk about in clinic, to put into practice the things that I learn, to put into practice the self-care behaviors, to learn how to love myself more, to learn that it's okay to be wrong, that being wrong helps us grow, it helps us learn, it helps us develop ourselves, it helps us navigate the world with different lenses on. And so I ask a lot of questions. Why do I think that? What if that's not true? What if this part is? What if that's not? Is that a story I'm just telling myself? I find that the more I employ curiosity to what is triggering me or activating uncomfortable feelings in my body, and the more I can bring that curiosity into my self development, the wider I seem to cast that net of understanding and of knowing where I'm going wrong. And I get more comfortable with it. Sometimes it doesn't feel great, and other times I can relax into it and just simply do the I'm here to get it right, not to be right. I'm happy to learn. And if I need correcting, if I am getting things completely wrong, I need to be okay with that. It doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean that it doesn't upset me or trigger me that I have gotten stuff wrong. It just means that I'm more accepting, that I'm human, and I haven't finished learning on this wonderful human journey that I'm walking. So, does this resonate? Have you often felt that you're stuck in that need to be right? I know my arguments in my life has certainly decreased since I've reduced the need to be right. I'm more open, I'm more accepting, I'm more compassionate. And I feel that less of that egoic pull. Even when I argue now, it's about finding understanding and moving through those necessary scratchy parts to come to a common understanding rather than to have myself in a power over situation rather than a power with situation. So let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Sending you lots and lots of love. We'll speak soon.